Recently, the Danish royal family shared a beautiful portrait of Queen Ingrid on their Instagram account to mark the 25th anniversary of her passing. Looking at this official portrait from 1947, you cannot help but be drawn into the life story of a woman who quietly transformed the Danish monarchy, making it more modern, humane, and close to the people. When I first saw this portrait, I was struck by the elegance and inner strength that radiate from Queen Ingrid, even after so many years. I have always believed that she laid the foundation of the modern Danish monarchy as we know it today. Without her subtle influence and wisdom, it is unlikely that the Danish crown would enjoy such respect and love from the people. Queen Ingrid left this world on the 7th of November in the year 2000 at her home in Kancelli House at Fredensborg Palace, surrounded by her 3 daughters. In the quarter of a century that has passed since that day, her legacy seems to have become even more significant for the Danish royal family and for the entire country. Born on the 28th of March in 1910 in Stockholm to the future Swedish king Gustav VI Adolf and Princess Margrethe of Connaught, Ingrid was prepared for royal life from childhood. But destiny had challenges in store for her. At the age of 10, she lost her mother. This tragic event left a deep mark on her soul, yet it also shaped her strong character. As a young woman, Ingrid received an excellent education, studying history, political science, foreign languages, and art history. She was not only an intellectual, but also a remarkable athlete, enjoying skiing, horseback riding, and tennis. She was interested in drawing and theater as well. Tall, graceful, with gray-blue eyes and golden hair, Ingrid was described as a typical Scandinavian beauty, and it is no surprise that she was considered one of the most attractive princesses in Europe. High society circles often discussed potential suitors for the Swedish princess. Some even speculated about a possible union with the British Prince of Wales, the future King Edward VIII. But fate had another path for her. On the 15th of March in 1935, the engagement of Princess Ingrid to Prince Frederik of Denmark, her 3rd cousin, was announced. Interestingly, the future king publicly stated that his chosen wife had to be an understanding and modern woman, one who embodied both yesterday and today. And he found exactly that in Ingrid. Their marriage was a love match, which was rare for royal families at that time. Only 2 months after the engagement was announced, their wedding took place on the 24th of May in 1935 at St. Nicholas Cathedral in Stockholm. She was 25 and he was 36. They made a wonderful couple. She embodied seriousness and composure while he brought joy and warmth. They had 3 daughters together, Margrethe, who later became Queen of Denmark, Benedicte, Princess of Wittgenstein-Berleburg, and Anne-Marie, Queen Consort of Greece. Ingrid's wedding dress still inspires admiration with its elegance and clean lines. She chose a silk gown with a high collar, a slightly fitted silhouette, and draped details. The gown had a 6-meter train. Without embroidery, lace, or precious stones, the design was created to highlight the veil and the bride's bouquet, both of which held deep personal meaning for her. The princess wore an Irish lace veil that her mother had worn on her own wedding day. This veil became a symbol of continuity between generations in the Danish royal family. It was worn by Ingrid's daughters, Queen Margrethe of Denmark and Queen Anne-Marie of Greece, and by all of their descendants. As an exception, it was also worn by Mary of Denmark, the wife of the current heir to the throne. Another touching detail through which Princess Ingrid honored her mother's memory was her wedding bouquet. She included a sprig of myrtle taken from a plant that her mother had brought from Osborne House, the residence where she spent summers with her parents on the Isle of Wight. Ingrid's mother planted that myrtle bush at Sofiero Palace, and her daughter never hesitated to include these flowers, symbols of true love, fidelity, purity, and joy, in her wedding bouquet. From that moment on, Ingrid established a tradition for both the Swedish and Danish royal families. Myrtle flowers would be included in every royal wedding bouquet. After the wedding, the couple traveled on the royal yacht Dannebrog from Stockholm to Copenhagen, where they were welcomed with great honor by the citizens. Ingrid's defining moment came on the 20th of April in 1947, when her husband ascended the throne and she became Queen Consort. With Ingrid's arrival began the reform of monarchical traditions, saying goodbye to strict limitations and creating a more relaxed atmosphere at court. This attitude aligned with the constitutional reform of 1953, approved by the Danish people in a referendum, which abolished the Salic law and allowed her eldest daughter to become heir to the throne and future monarch. After many years of preparation for her role, Princess Margrethe was proclaimed queen on the 14th of January in 1972, when her father, Ingrid's husband, passed away at the age of 73. From that moment until her own passing on the 7th of November in 2000, Ingrid's role as Queen Mother became representative and increasingly modest. What inspires me most about Queen Ingrid is her ability to modernize the monarchy without losing its dignity or its traditions. Her influence on the Danish monarchy is difficult to overestimate. Thanks to Ingrid, the royal family became more open and accessible to ordinary Danes. She established new standards for royal protocol that made the monarchy more modern and relevant in the post-war era. At the same time, she managed to preserve the dignity and grandeur inherent in the royal family. Looking at today's Danish monarchy, you can see Ingrid's influence in many aspects. Her daughter, Queen Margrethe the Second, who ruled with the same dedication and sense of duty until her recent abdication, clearly inherited many of her mother's qualities. Even the current King Frederik, Ingrid's grandson, continues the tradition of accessibility and closeness to the people that she once began. Queen Ingrid did not simply leave behind an impressive royal dynasty. She created a model of a modern monarchy capable of functioning successfully in a democratic society. Her legacy lives on not only in protocols and traditions, but also in the hearts of Danes, who still remember their beloved queen with warmth. On this 25th anniversary of her passing, looking at the portrait shared by the royal family, I can't help thinking about how relevant the values she embodied still are today. Service, dignity, resilience, and the ability to adapt to a changing world while staying true to one's principles. In our fast-moving world, such qualities are becoming more rare and precious, and that is exactly why the memory of Queen Ingrid continues to live on and inspire new generations.